After breaking the school record in the 100-meter butterfly, swimming 1 minute and 7 seconds, taking the second in an event, and being named the 2023-2024 Swimmer to Watch, joining us today is junior Paige Gelenski. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you're from Boca Raton, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me how you ended up in Emory, Virginia?
So my senior year, it was around March, the swim coach then was looking for swimmers. He reached out to me and I asked my mom, like, hey, can I go look at the school out of state? She was like, okay, let's go. And I loved the campus, loved all of that, loved the coach, and I wanted to take my swimming to the next level. And I've always wanted to swim in college since I was a kid. And I just felt like being up here fulfilled my dream of being a student athlete that I wanted to be.
So how long have you been swimming?
I've been swimming for about 14 to 15 years. So I've been swimming since I was in second grade, and I've just loved it ever since. I loved the feel of the sport.
And you've always wanted to be a college swimmer?
I've always wanted to be a college swimmer. I had a coach that was a D1 swimmer. She inspired me, and I'm her first swimmer to be on a college team that she's trained.
Can you talk a little bit about what events you do and what you've been doing?
So I am a butterflyer, so I swim the 200 butterfly and the 100 butterfly. I am also an individual medley, which means you do all 4 strokes. So I do the 200 yard or meter IM and the 400 yard or meter IM. I'm also in a lot of the relays, so the medley relays, I'm your butterflyer. I basically do all the events butterfly. And yeah, it's really fun doing the relays, especially for fly, because all the hype and the adrenaline.
Mm-hmm. So your freshman year, you were competing in the ODAC, and now Emory Henry has transitioned to D2. Can you talk about like the challenges you faced with the transition since you were here for both?
So I think the transition, starting with D3, you have a different level and a different atmosphere, and then going into D2, especially in the new conference now that we're in SAC, it's very different because now you have all these higher up teams like Wingate, Carson Newman. They're all the way like nationally ranked. So going up against them is really interesting, and also just seeing the difference between the two divisions. So I definitely think that Division 2 is really competitive compared to Division 3, and I have enjoyed it so far, and seeing how far I can progress in the D2.
So as you mentioned a little bit earlier, Will Hughes is entering Emory Henry for the first year as head men and women's coach. Mm-hmm. He used to work at West Virginia. So can you talk about the transition from coaches to who you have now?
Yeah, so our previous coach was really nice. He was the one that brought me on. And now transitioning to another coach, I've been through a lot of coaches, but this one was just really different because you just build that strong bond with that coach. But this coach, I really like him. He has a lot of different swimming tactics, different training skills, and it's just really interesting to learn the different styles of training for swim. And I just like that, and he's a really nice person to talk to, and if you have any issues, you can talk to him. You can always go to him to be like, hey, my stroke's not feeling right, and he'll tell you, look at it and go, hey, you might want to try this drill, or even like this technique maybe. So he even has individuals for us to come in. My weakest stroke is breaststroke, so I always go in for individuals to work on my breaststroke a little bit, make sure it's faster for those individual medleys. So transitioning and seeing how he works, I guess, in the swimming world is been a change, but I like the change. It's really nice so far.
So you've been here for 3 years. Would you say that the team atmosphere has changed at all, or are you guys still close? Or not close?
I would say the team atmosphere has definitely changed. My freshman year, we only had 7 girls. We had 6 freshmen, 1 senior, and now our team is growing, so I feel like the atmosphere has definitely changed. But in the good way, we are still very close, and we like to hang out all together. We like to go get what we call Swamley dinner together, or Swamley breakfast if we're all together. It's just really nice, and it's the atmosphere I don't think has changed too much. I guess just how many people are on the team have definitely changed, but the atmosphere is definitely getting stronger and a better connection.
So as your season is coming towards an end, what would you say this year has worked for the team, and then what would you like to build on for next season?
What has worked for the team, I think, is definitely a lot more bonding. We definitely have a lot more people on the team, so getting to know them, getting to know how they do their races, how do they work out of me, how do they work in practice, and then going into conference, I'm just excited to see what everyone is capable of and what all of this training since August has put for us, and seeing all of that is really nice, and seeing people get on that podium maybe, or even drop other school records and get personal best times is going to be the best thing. And I'm excited to see all of the hard work and dedication that everyone's put in and finally see the result at the very end.
So I always love to sign off by asking if you have any pre-meet rituals, or is there something that you always do before?
The one thing I do before a swim meet, I always try to eat healthy actually, and like try to relax myself. So I try to stay away from sweets and all of that. But I mean, every now and again I might want ice cream. That's not bad. So, but no, I like to kind of just relax, listen to music, or just watch my favorite TV show or something. So, and just, you know, relax a little bit and have fun with my team.
Well, thank you so much, Paige, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
This has been your EHC Sports Interview. I'm Hope Shockley.